Hello! I recently uploaded a photo of my freshly organized bookshelf to Instagram.com and somebody said, oh my god, does this mean bookshelf tour? And 26 people liked it. This video is for you 26 people. I'm in desperate need of another bookshelf. I even recently unhauled a fat box of books and she's still overflowing a little bit. One day I will have my own office. One day I will have a whole wall of bookshelves. I will attach a ladder to it and pretend that I am Belle from Beauty and the Beast and live my dreams. But for now, we're making do with what we got. To start off the video, I've been asked a lot of times, these bookshelves are just from IKEA. So that's out of the way. Let's get started! I'm gonna start with this shelf. Let's start with this shelf. This is my Dungeons & Dragons / Dark Series / Howie Shrine shelf. The Dungeons & Dragons section is pretty self-explanatory. I personally love being a DM, a Dungeon Master, because I get to play by my own rules. I love to pretend that I am God. But when my husband DMs, he follows the adventure books. Papa got me into Dungeons & Dragons on big holidays like Christmas or New Year's, things like that. It was a great way to get everyone together and sit down and use our imaginations for a hot minute. Maya and Bialik had a great video about how Dungeons & Dragons is therapy. Couldn't recommend it enough. Next we have the Six of Crows duology. The first one I thought was a little bit boring, it dragged a bit, but then the second one whacked. I told myself I was gonna stop swearing on my channel. The second one was very good. For whatever reason, the collector's editions of this duology were the cheaper option online. The pages are red, it's all shiny. Look at this. Are you kidding me? Look at her. Amazing. Oh, oh, oh. I've heard that Shadow and Bone isn't as good and that it's a lot more YA, and I also didn't have a great time with Ninth House, so I'm a little hesitant. But if you really like Shadow and Bone, go ahead and scream in the comments and maybe it'll convince me. Next we have the Pendragon series. Before Twitter existed and we knew how turfy J.K. Rowling was, I was in 5th grade, so 9 or 10 years old, and I was eagerly awaiting, I believe, the 4th Harry Potter book to come out. I had read the first 3 over and over and over again, but I had to be patient because it had a hot minute to come out. So I was looking for something that could bridge the gap, and I found the first Pendragon book. It didn't look like this though. At home I have all of them with the faces on the cover. I think the faces are a lot better, to be honest. But I sat down, read the first one in one sitting, and on the back of my library copy it said, follow the adventures of DJ MacHale, and it had his website. It also had an email address. So I emailed him, thanking him for these books. He responded. Maybe it was his publicist or an unpaid intern, but I like to believe. And DJ MacHale was my hero for a hot minute there, because he was an author and a director, which were 2 things that I wanted to be growing up. So lots of feelings for this series. I'm completely biased, I'm vehemently loyal, and I love it so much. It has stayed tried and true to me in my life. Read it for the first time in like 5th grade, second time in 8th grade, third time in high school, and I reread it in college, and I even reread it since moving here. I've reread this series, all 10 of them, by the way, multiple times throughout my life, and they're my happy place. So this is a middle grade series that's kind of fantasy, kind of not, kind of sci-fi, kind of not, and this boy travels with his uncle to all these different like universe, timeline situations, meets a different traveler along the way, and it was just very reminiscent of Paper Mario, where each level you get a different friend. Maybe that's what got me. I don't know. I just love it. That's all I have to say. There are these prequel books that I found online, and each one has 3 of the different travelers that Bobby meets along the way, but they were not written by DJ MacHale, and I can tell. So I only read the first one, but when I reread the series this summer, I will commit and read the rest of them. And then of course we have the Howie Shrine, which is kind of hard to see. These are the ashes of my best friend Howie. He's the cat that I got when I was 19 years old. I got him as a kitten. We shared 5 wonderful years together. He moved into my first ever rented home with me. He went to college with me. So we lived together in Illinois, we lived together in New York, and he even moved with me to Belgium. So this guy got me through fucking everything. That's why I have him tattooed on me. Over here we have his favorite toys. I've got his paw print here. There's also 2 butterflies that I found, and even a dried mushroom because he loved being outside. Let's move on to the next shelf. This is my favorite shelf. I think she needs to be updated, to be honest, because I just have a feeling that some of these are 5 stars and not favorites. But this is just what's on here right now. Since occasionally I read people's favorite books for videos, sometimes I'm asked, what are your books that fit this criteria? If I want to make the same video for you, what book should I read? And I think the top 3 are Lonely Castle and Lemire by Mizuki Sujimura, Crying in H. Rat by Michelle Zauner, and A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. However, if you're more of a non-fiction person, Braiding Sweetgrass is top tier, next level, so good. I'm so glad I splurged on this fancy special edition because this is the best cover out there. Oh my gosh. And there's Decoledges. Team Decoledges in this house. I think a close runner-up is Convenience Store Woman, but I know that not everyone likes this one. And I get why. But as someone who's been working since she was 14 in a factory, as a waitress, in a grocery store, I really respected everything about this book. This cover is quite cute. I especially like the little rice girl one. Oh, so cute, so cute. Honestly, this is the kind of book that I would love to collect editions across countries of. Would love to do that. I might do that. Anyway, the most recent addition to the favorite shelf is The Little Prince. Another book that I'm happy I splurged on because what a gorgeous edition with the little planets on the side. Oh, so good. So yeah, she definitely needs to be updated, but this is what I have right now. I also had to restart my book collecting ever since I moved to Belgium. So right now she's missing Never Let Me Go and Persepolis, just so you know. Next. There's no good place to put my body during this video. I understand that there's a lot of controversy around how you organize your bookshelves, and apparently rainbow shelves is a very millennial and cringe thing to do. I don't care. Rainbow shelves works for my brain. Rainbow shelf works for my eyes. Rainbow shelf works for my heart and soul. I'm gonna continue doing it. Can't see my balls. How do people do this? The cover of Clara in the Sun is so gorgeous. It needs to be displayed. I also think this version of The Alchemist is so pretty. I love it so much. This one needs to be displayed, actually. Do I need to reorganize my bookshelves all over again? Maybe! On this shelf, I also have this little I'd rather be reading card that I made a hot minute ago because she's yellow when she matches. Pew by Catherine Lacey is a 5-star book. I will never stop talking about it. I also have this pin from the Dodie show I went to in like 2018. Speaking of yellow, A History of My Brief Body. So good. 1,000 Splendid Suns. So good. That's it. I don't know what else to say. This is my red shelf. Welcome to the green start of blue shelf. Of course, this copy of Unwell Women is proudly featured because it is so gorgeous and it is so important. I didn't really like Treasure Island because I'm too small brain to like classics, but this cover is really pretty, so here she is. We also have the Peas from Toy Story on this shelf. I used to collect the toys from Toy Story. I found these guys when I visited home once and they just had to come with me. Crystal that somebody sent me, Little Wooden Mushroom, Olimar. I think the most frequently asked question is where these mushrooms came from. I got them from Aviv or Aveve, I don't know, it's a store in Belgium. I'm sorry. They're great. One of the prettiest covers I own, If I Had Your Face by Frances Cha. Another great cover, Nothing to See Here by Kevin Wilson. I liked this book a lot. I think she got 5 stars. Ooh, if you liked Convenience Store Woman, definitely read The Factory. It is so short and has very similar themes. Is capitalism strange? Is working weird? Does that make you feel icky? This one. I don't know. That's the blue shelf. Next. Blue continued leading to purple and pink, featuring another mushroom from Aviv. I thought the Hannah Wars was so cute, and it's also such a beautiful cover. Definitely one that I'm happy that I have in hardback. How the Pill Changes Everything, Your Brain on Birth Control. Definitely an important book. I kind of have a nonfiction shelf over there by my office area, but they don't all fit. So this is what we got. Real fast, I want to show you these 2 shelves that are not over there on the main shelf. These are by my desk. We have some Dutch language books over here. I recently got Matilda and Winnie the Pooh in Dutch, which I'm so excited to read this summer. I have Frog and Toad in Dutch. Y'all freaked out over the fact that I have The Dork Diaries. Apparently so many of you read this growing up. Excited to join you. We have some animation books from when I studied in Ithaca, as well as some great nonfictions. And then here we have some more Book of the Month books. And it's starting to ooze down into another shelf as well. Okay, let's go to the main shelf. Somebody's Daughter by Ashley C. Ford. Such a strongly written memoir. Also, the cover. Dating Dr. Dill. Baby's first 5-star romance novel. I loved this one. This cover of Pachinko. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This cover of Haunted by Chuck Palahniuk glows in the dark. Which was very scary when I lived in the US and it was lying amongst my laundry. I would really love to know how y'all organize your Book of the Month books. Preferably, I would like to have a Book of the Month read and a Book of the Month to be read because I like having all of these little squares together, but for now, they sit here. Are you helping? Are you helping? So that's it. That's the blue and pink shelf. Next. This is the black bookshelf. Can we start a petition together as friends to get book people to stop making books black because there are way too many black books? Speaking of glowing in the dark, this cover of Earthlings by Sayaka Murata glows in the dark. Author of Convenience Store Woman. This is so hard to film. We've got the first two books in the Summer I Died trilogy. This is The Male Gaze. It's splatterpunk, so it's super problematic and gross, but it really got me unsettled for very obvious reasons. This sucks! Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. Like I said, really didn't like this one that much. But the second one's coming out, the cover's amazing. Because the Six of Crows duology had the first one as not so good to me, and then the second one 5 stars. I unhauled this one, and I'm holding out hope for the second one. Plus I read this with my mom, so we're gonna read the second one together. So here she is on my shelf. Yoke by Mary H.K. Choi is easily one of my top favorite book covers. Look at this. Shut up, right? So good. Ooh, Lobizona has the best cover. Are you kidding me? Look at her. This was such a fun YA about werewolves. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Can't wait for the second one. Time is Mother by Ocean Vuong is featured, of course, because I love him. I just finished reading Caste by Isabel Wilkerson, which is a nonfiction about how in the United States we have our own version of the caste system. So strongly written. So good. Okay, I'm sweating. We're halfway done. Let's move on over. Welcome to the white shelf. Of course, Pure Color is proudly displayed because what a cover and what a book. Yes, I have a second copy of A Little Life. The hardcover that says my favorite shelf is annotated and I wanted to reread it last summer, so I got another one. It's fine. For anyone who likes Against Me, did you know that Laura Jane Grace has a memoir? It's good. Pat by Akwaeke Emezi. I don't hear enough hype for this book. Yes, I have the Dodie book. Of course I have the Dodie book. We've got this delicious fall candle that cost way too much to burn it in one season, so she's just gonna stay here. We've got an old Totoro phone case because it's just too cute to throw away. I think that's it. Next!
And now, with the addition of 2, count 'em, 2
of my TBR shelves.
Hello and welcome to 2 of my TBR shelves. You heard me right, folks, just 2 of them. Currently I am reading A Certain Hunger by Chelsea G. Summers because every hot girl online is reading it and I want to be a hot girl. Cannot believe I haven't read The Body and Pain by Elaine Scarry yet. It's been on my radar for so long. I've had it on my shelf for so long. I've had a lot of these books on my shelf for so long because I have a problem. I just have a feeling I'm never gonna read this one. You know, Kirsty and I got this so we could read this together, but that was almost a year ago and neither of us have read it. I don't know. Cersei. Will I ever revisit her? Don't know. I still have my bookmark in here. I stopped at page 67. I feel like since I have a booktube account, I have to legally read this or I will go straight to jail. This cover needs a few seconds of fame because, oh my gosh. And then on this shelf, we start to get colorful. These are some Book of the Month books that are on the top of my TBR. I have a whole shelf dedicated to Book of the Month over there as well. I especially want to read Yerba Buena by Nina LaCour. That's definitely gonna happen this month. I love Nina LaCour so much. But also for the most part, this shelf is for specific reading vlogs. For the most part. Look at this copy of The Hobbit. How have I not read her yet? But there's pictures. There's pictures. This is for a specific reading vlog as well as these two. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. What a cover, right? I just know I'm not gonna like it. I don't have a big enough brain for classics. So I bought them in the prettiest version possible because I want the video that these belong in to be as pretty as possible. And also, I feel like I will want to read it more. The Secret Garden, come on. So I have to read these for a reading vlog that I hope will be out this summer. I've had them since last summer. I'm just too intimidated because I want the video to be so good, but I need to stop putting it off and just do it. All of these are also for a specific reading vlog. Can you guess the theme? Vote now on your phones. Which Casey McKiston book do I need to start with? For said vlog, One Last Stop, or I Kiss Shara Wheeler. Because I know I'm gonna have to pick one if it's gonna be out next week. Ooh, it has to be out next week. We got a lot of reading to do, folks. I'm especially stoked for Anna Sunbeam by Tilly Walden. So cute. A lot bigger than I thought it would be, which is great because I love when graphic novels really go into it, you know? I'm reading In My Dreams I Hold a Knife with my Sunday book club next. I'm so excited for this one. I'm starting to fall out of love with thrillers and horror things because I feel like I'm just getting more sensitive the older I get. So I'm gonna enjoy what I can while I can. Poppy Show. So pretty. Amazing. Let's go to the other TBR shelf. This is accountability. Welcome to TBR Shelf Part 3. I know, it's a lot. These top 3 books are for a specific reading vlog as well that I hope will be out in June. I promised I wouldn't buy another Atesha Mostrag after how pedophilic Eileen was, but I need to be a hot girl. I need to channel my inner hot girl. If I don't like this, I won't be able to be a hot girl, I feel like. Yet another hot girl book. Can you guess the theme? Watercolor combo. Yeah, I bought the fairy porn, and I don't regret it. I also realized that I have every Casey McKiston book and haven't read a single one of them yet. She was 2 for 1 gratis. Buy 2 get 1 free. I mean, I read Heartstopper and just want to stay in that happy gay place. I heard that this book inspired the movie Knives Out, which is a movie that I really liked. And I've been looking for this book in bookshops for over a year and I finally found it. It's a YA about a woman who inherits all this money from a really rich family and they're pissed about it, so they play games or something. You know me, I hate reading about rich people, but if it's about rich people being forced to redistribute their wealth, sounds great. We've got some Pocket Pages book club reads over here. These 3 books are for a reading vlog. Whose favorites are these? Vote now on your phone. I think I've been putting off this favorites video because this book is so thick. But look at how gorgeous Summer Suns is. Also, I think The Song of Achilles, I'm afraid of not liking it because I really didn't like Cersei. You know, I just don't feel like making any new enemies on the internet.com right now. I'm also hoping to make the Priori of the Orange Tree its own reading vlog. So those are my 3 TBR shelves, increasing in rainbow, colorful. I'm so sweaty. Let's continue. This is my other series shelf. Lawrence got me the Harry Potter series in Dutch as a welcome home, welcome to Belgium kind of present, but my Dutch has not been good enough to read them yet after all these years. But it will be soon. I feel it in my bones. My Pokemon ball from Burger King in the early 2000s. Heyo! We've got some snail shells. We've got the cat bus from My Neighbor Totoro. We also have the Scythe trilogy by Neil Shusterman, which I thought was such a clever and creative series. We have the Percy Jackson box set that I read with my student last summer when I was tutoring. The Poppy War trilogy with this offensively tall burning god. This actually drives me bananas. I saw at the bookstore the other day that they have a regular sized burning god and I almost bought it just because this is illegal. The Poppy War is definitely my favorite series on this shelf right now. It is so good. It is so well written, and R.F. Kuang has another book coming out that involves a secret society. Usually I don't like secret society things because secret society is just another fancy way of saying rich people making rich people problems for themselves, which is just such a snooze fest. But I trust R.F. Kuang to do it well. Anyway, there's also this baby face that used to be a pot, but then my cat broke it, so I kept the baby face on my shelf. So for all you rainbow shelf haters out there that are like, what about series? You just make another shelf for it. It's not that complicated. Next. Oh yeah, also these little mushrooms on this shelf are from Hema. My friend got them for me. Anyway, this is my graphic novel shelf. New and improved and freshly updated because I made Lawrence take all of his stinky Marvel comics out of here. And so now it's nice and gay. Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, if you had an internet connection in 2006 and this is where you went to, we're friends now. Some Over the Garden Wall. This is such a hilarious cover. I love it so much. I've only seen Over the Garden Wall in Dutch and I can't watch it any other way now. Of course we have Heartstopper, but Stone Fruit. Ooh, it's as good as it looks, friends. It's as good as it looks. Bloom by Kevin Panetta. I simply cannot wait for the second one to come out. I loved this so much. If you liked Heartstopper, pick this one up right now. Hostage was one of my first graphic novels that I ever got, and I would like to thank it for getting me into graphic novels. It's a true story written by a man that got kidnapped and was held hostage, and you really feel like you're chained to that radiator with him. Very good. The times I knew I was gay, I mean, come on. Nimona is one of my favorite graphic novels of all time. I've been thinking of making a favorite graphic novels video. I think I might do it for Graphic Novel Day in September. Let me know if you're a graphic novel person. I know that they're not for everybody, but they're definitely for me. I love them so much. This is a top tier one. And apparently Noelle has a memoir graphic novel that I need to get my hands on as well. This book, Wonder, is not so much a graphic novel as it is an art book. It's still pictures and the colors are amazing and it's just really inspiring. And I look at it every time I need to get inspired. Okay, is that everything? No, not quite.
Sugar Pea!
Drop 'em!
Okay!
I forgot to film an outro, it's the next day. But that's it, that was my bookshelf tour. Which one is your favorite? Are there any books that you think are missing on the shelf that should be on the shelf? Any excuse to expand is a good one to me. This is my happy place. My bookshelves bring me so much joy. So happy to share it with you. And as always, thank you for clicking, thank you for caring, and thank you for being nice. We'll see you in the next one. Bye!